And my name's Fox Rental. Day and I'm at Fox. Um, First off, season 4 of Ben 10, the reboot series. I just found out it's on HBO Max. I'm gonna record that. Record my review of that soon. Also, Also, I'm still figuring out how I'm gonna do an introspective on Kevin 11 between the original series, the Ultimate Alien Force series, as well as then the reboot. I plan to talk about that as well, and also do a list of different reactions to different things that you guys have said for me to do. I need to get the comments and put the list on it, so be look out for that. But in any case, Tom and Jerry. I just saw the episode. I just saw the movie today. I think it just might have released today too. I don't know, or well, by the time I'm recording this. But Tom and Jerry. It is a I would say it's kind of like Roger Rabbit in the sense of, this one actually, because a lot of things, like they said, yes, Wreck-It Ralph is the Roger Rabbit of video games, of video game movies, or you have, like, stuff like that. It's like, technically, kind of, but not really. Like, you have it in the sense of, okay, all these different video game characters are together, that they really wouldn't do, but you're following, like, their own character. I would say this is more like that in a sense. Okay, yeah, it is similar to Roger Rabbit. This is more similar to Roger Rabbit, where it's, yes, there are regular human people walking around, but then all of the animals are cartoons, and like these cartoons and humans have just been living together forever. And it's honestly really fun. It's really cool. I really like it. They also did like this CGI, like Tom and Jerry are like, and like all the other cartoons animals are all CGI, but they try to make it look as close as possible to the cartoon, which I think maybe if they would have like made like the borderline around them a little bit thicker, it probably would have worked a little bit better. I don't know. There's some bits where like it angled, it felt kind of weird, but it was okay. It was honestly okay. I actually didn't mind it too much. It was still good. The animation was still good. They pulled like some hits from like the original cartoon, like Tom catches Jerry and opens a hand, and then you see Jerry looking at you, and he's like, and bashes him in the face. Made a Batman reference at one point. The slapstick is actually pretty good. When things hit, they make sure there's a sound effect where it sounds like it hits. And even the setup is pretty okay too, because a lot of these where it's like, yes, we're gonna take an old cartoon, but we're gonna bring it into a new era with live action shit. But then like it's always like, surprisingly, I think like twice, it's some kind of advertising person, and like they have a big thing that they have to advertise, and then like oh no, these cartoon characters come in, what the hell's going on, and then shit happens, but this one, it's not an advertising one, but it's a girl who basically lies to become a manager at this really ritzy hotel during this time that there's like this big wedding that's gonna happen between, I don't know if it was like their royalty or not. I know there are celebrities getting married, kind of like this one Indian woman and this one I don't know, rich guy. I assume he's rich. It's gotta be the ring again. Everyone's pointing out, that's a big ass ring. It's like, yeah, it is. But and basically, I guess it's kind of the liar reveal thing, but I don't know. But basically, she wants to keep this job as a manager, but then Jerry is now living in this hotel after, moving to New York. And so this girl hires Tom, who finds out on the street, and Tom kind of got screwed over by Jerry, as it happens majority of the time, because Jerry is kind of an asshole. But then again, Tom is also an asshole to Jerry a lot of the times too, so it's always a back and forth. But yeah, so, and basically the idea is that they need to get the mouse, aka Jerry, out of the hotel, hires Tom because she wants something discreet to get the mouse out so no one knows that in this big ritzy hotel that I don't know who the manager is, but like, or like who the head but this girl's co-manager is Michael Pena from from a lot of things, 30 Minutes or Less, which I think is where I first saw him in, and then was it 30 Minutes or Less he was in? I hope it is, but I do know he's in obviously Ant-Man and all that stuff, but yeah, so he basically it's you have that's the kind of the setup to then have Tom and Jerry, you know, just run around this hotel being attacked. Spike is in it as the dog of like these ritzy two, and then it's like yes, he the guy wants a really big wedding and doesn't want to listen to his wife or his future wife. His wife feels unheard and all this stuff. And I don't know, like here's the thing, watching it, I really love the slapstick. I really love the comedy that was happening. I liked everything with Tom and Jerry. They focus a good amount on Tom and Jerry and stuff like that, which I felt was really good. And they focus on, you know, keeping it word slapstick. Do they talk? It's either through charades or, like in the cartoons, when Tom sings. Like, he basically does the boom 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 darling. I can't remember how the song goes, but I just remember he plays it, and then you see Jerry and the Mouse House going boom 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 boom. What if I hear the baby, I love you, something like that. Damn. But yeah, something like that. But yeah, basically does that at one point. But you got that. You have Spike wanting to beat the hell out of Tom. Again, like when they get slapstick, like it's not 2D animation, but they actually make it where it's like, you know, when the hits hit, like it hits like how it would in the cartoon. It's only really weird, I think, and it's just because I was like really focusing on it. It's like, okay, yeah, you can kind of tell it's a CG character when the character kind of goes like this. You don't really know, like, the actors sometimes, like, they focus, like, on the actor when they're talking to Tom and Jerry, so they're not really in the scene sometimes. Or you don't know if you believe, like, they're talking to anyone there. But then again, apparently, because I saw an interview about that, apparently they used the puppets in front of it, so I don't know how much of it, but whatever. Also, the main girl, hold on a minute. Hilary Duff.
According to Wikipedia, Hilary Earhart Duff is an American actress, businesswoman, singer-songwriter, producer, and writer.
This isn't who it is, but I don't know. Maybe I don't know. Maybe I'm just thinking like, they look. But Hilary Duff, okay. Yeah, like this girl, Hilary Duff, I don't know. She, like, the girl that's in this movie, who her name is Chloe Grace Moretz. I don't know, maybe her face is a little bit smaller than it. I don't know. I kept looking at it, I'm like, this looks like 2003 Hilary Duff or something. I'm just looking at it, like, what the hell? But I don't know, like, I kept looking, I'm like, that looks like Hilary Duff. Why does it look like Hilary Duff? Like, she looks exactly like Hilary Duff, to me at least. Maybe that's just me. But yeah, like, that was one I'm like, huh. But, yeah, like, the movie was fun, and, like, I even liked some bits where, like, it's obviously Tom and Jerry fighting each other. They actually go through a couple, like, list ideas of Tom and Jerry where it's like, okay, Tom and Jerry fighting each other. Yeah, and then they have an episode where, like, you know, then they have a part where it's like, you know what? You two, one, it's a good idea to get Tom and Jerry out of the hotel while this wedding's going on. So the girl plans, like, a day for Tom and Jerry after Jerry helps her with, like, getting this ring back. It says, you guys go out and just have fun, and you have to not fight. And like, just like regular Tom and Jerry episodes, they, like, sometimes yeah, a lot of times they just fight each other, and then sometimes it's just like, yeah, they try to just hang out, and then, like, they have to deal with other things around them. And that's kind of like the very end of it, kind of, also, when, like, there's a whole thing. But also, a weird thing is, like, this entire thing, like, it kind of builds up how, like, aloof and, like kind of jerky the husband is, and then, like, the Indian girl, and then, I don't know, if I felt like there was, and, like, I felt like there was way more connection between Kayla, who is the like basically kind of Tom and Jerry's handlers, I guess. The main girl and the Indian and the wife, or the soon-to-be wife. I thought there was more chemistry there than with either of their love interests. Where like Kayla kind of likes, I guess, the bartender, while the Indian girl obviously is going to marry her husband. But I don't know, like the point where like Kayla comes out in like the wedding dress and she's wearing it for the bride to be like, look, does this look good or whatever. I'm like, I honestly see this chemistry working way better. I honestly thought it was going to end with them getting married. I'm like, all right, you know what? Hell yeah. But no, it wasn't. And I'm like, and then like the bride gets married obviously with the husband, and I'm just thinking, really? Like, I don't know if that's right. I don't know. I don't feel much chemistry there, but all right, I guess if you like him, I don't know. I didn't feel that chemistry. But that was that bit. Everything with the cartoon stuff was pretty good. Like even like they did like the cartoon tornado, and it literally started sucking people into it. Michael Pena gets sucked into a cartoon tornado, which was pretty good. Yeah, the animation was good. The slapstick was good. Like, you're not going to go into this movie looking for plot. You're looking into this movie to see Tom and Jerry beat the shit out of each other. And I remember, I think I read somewhere that someone said, like, oh, like, some news article was like, oh, Tom and Jerry promotes violence. It's like, wow, we're going around this circle again, huh? Like Simpsons made fun of this shit with Itchy and Scratchy. And, you know, fucking cartoons, goddammit. Let there be slapstick. But this movie was fun. I like this movie. Again, it's plot-wise, it's kind of cookie-cut standard of, modern day cartoon, or old cartoons brought into the modern day, or the real world kind of thing. But they do play it more like if it's... They pretty much play it more like if it's a Tom and Jerry cartoon. Which also, this cartoon also feels like it's from the 90s. Whether it be kind of the soundtrack, where it's kind of like rap and like hip-hop and stuff like that. Or like rap or hip-hop. Or the point where like there's a scene where Tom and Jerry are riding a motorized skateboard through the city. And like Tom's just doing kickflips and all this stuff. I'm looking at it and I'm like, this feels like something that came straight out of the 90s. Like, this feels like one of those movies that came straight out of the 90s. And again, like, plot-wise, you're not going to this for plot. Slapstick-wise, pretty good. Did I care too much about the human characters? Not really, but then again, the human characters were also cartoony as hell, too. So I'm like, alright, fine, whatever. But, like, you know, like, I every time they human characters popped up, and I was like, alright. But I will say there was like some really good, there's a really good slapstick, and there's just really good like Jerry or Tom being smartasses, like, or really Jerry, because there's a point where Kayla sets a mousetrap. I'm gonna end this soon, but Kayla sets a mousetrap. Jerry walks over, sees the mousetrap, sees Kayla talking to the bartender, and he leaves. Kayla comes back. She's like, what the hell? Walks up to the mousetrap, which I'm surprised she didn't reach down and grab it to, you know, end the whole thing. I don't know. Maybe they couldn't make it look good, or maybe it looked too harmful, or didn't want kids touching mousetraps. But, like, you see the mousetrap covered in money, and you see a little sticky note that Jerry wrote that says, you need a better trap. And I'm just like, huh. I'm like, no, I watched that, I laughed, I'm like, that's actually really fucking funny, because Jerry's a smart ass. But yeah, like, also they never brought up, like, the room that Jerry and Tom, like, completely destroyed. That's not really brought up again. Again, story-wise, not the greatest. Slaps, if you're going to see Tom and Jerry beat the shit out of each other in a 3D space, it's pretty good. It kills like an hour and a half. It's not that long, and it's still fun. It is a fun movie. It's not the smartest movie, but then again, you're not going to sort of that. But But yeah, I liked it. I thought it was fun. Tell me what you had in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching. Again, all those videos and reactions of that, I plan to do them soon. Just with the leg, and then, you know, just resting, and then other stuff, and working on Owlwolf Town. I've just been busy. But, well, some bits, and then I've also been playing a shit ton of Assassin's Creed Valhalla. But thank you so much for watching. Watch what it is I've done. Links are on Facebook and other stuff. Check out videos. Hopefully you enjoy this. Hopefully you're staying around for more, and we will. See you later. There it is!